So hi, how is everybody today?
Good.
Good. Heather's not going to be here today. She had called me and she had something come up, but she wishes you all luck today. Wishes she could be here. So today we're going to start off a little differently. Usually we talk about how our homework went, things like that, but today I want to start with how do you feel coming into this meeting today? Like before you walked in, how did you feel? And we'll just go around, so whoever wants to start.
It's been a rough day, I guess, and I really look forward to these meetings now that we've all kind of gotten comfortable with each other and sharing, and so I'm just really excited for the meeting.
Okay. Whoever wants to go next.
I always come in nervous anyways, I don't really know why. But, I don't know, I felt better this time, I guess, because I've opened up more within the past couple meetings, so I wasn't as nervous, but I was still nervous.
Stacy?
I don't know. I'm just feeling a little. It's been a bad day for me. Just don't know if I feel that I want to share a lot today. Maybe just sit back and observe everyone.
Okay. Well, I still encourage you to participate, but if you choose to observe, that's okay too. Annalise, Lindsay?
I was wondering how you're feeling today.
I'm doing wonderful, but I find it interesting as to why you want to know how I'm feeling today.
Well, we all share everything about our lives all the time in these meetings, and you never share about your life. So I was just wondering why you never share anything about yourself.
And I think that's a very good point. But as the leader, I think that it's good to separate myself from a leader and member position because my story is not something that we discuss in these meetings. And so I don't know how it is beneficial for you guys to know my story if that's not something that we deal with in these meetings.
I guess that makes sense.
Stacey, how did that make you feel?
Well, I feel like we could benefit knowing how you feel about your day too, but I understand, I guess. There's just a little hesitation.
Annalise?
Um,
You had no feelings when you came in here today.
yes, I feel like I'd rather be in bed.
Annalise is being closed off again, and it's making me feel unaccepted again, and I just wish she'd stay opened up like she was the last time.
Annalise, how does that make you feel?
I'm just tired. Every time I come here, I feel like I'm getting attacked. And it just really reminds me of how my dad treats me and used to treat me and stuff, and how, it doesn't matter what I do, I always get told that I'm doing something wrong, and I just don't appreciate it. So I try to stay quiet.
Okay. Annalise, is this something that you've been feeling the whole time, or just something that's just now come up, or?
I've always felt this way. I feel like sometimes I'll say things right, and then the next second, it's like someone's attacking me again.
Is this something that you would like to explore more? Like if we planned an activity around that, do you think you'd be open to that?
Probably not.
Probably not. Okay. Well, past experience at role plays are sometimes crucial in group settings, and sometimes it really helps people get their emotions out and help them understand how they're feeling and express how they're feeling. Is that something you'd be open to? Possibly.
I don't really know how it would be beneficial.
So if Lindsay, since you and Lindsay had, Annalise, you and Lindsay had a little confrontation in the beginning, do you think that it would be beneficial if Lindsay took on the role of your father and you took on your role and you just talk to her like you would your father and tell her how those things make you feel?
I don't know.
Okay, so you said that your father, everything you felt like he said to you was attacking to you. So you also felt attacked when Lindsay said something to you when we first came in. So could you relate the two? Maybe talk to Lindsay and tell her how it made you feel, or let her take on the position of your father and explain to him how that makes you feel on the inside.
Okay, I don't appreciate how every time I go to say something or I do something that you act like I'm not good enough or that I'm stupid for wanting to do something like that. And I don't like how you always attack me emotionally and just get into my mind and tell me that I'm not good enough when I really am. And I don't like how you think that everything I do is wrong, and that you don't support me and that you're not in my life.
That's very good. What do you think his response back to you would be?
Probably would attack me again.
You think so? If you could have him respond in any way that you would like, what would it look like?
I mean, obviously, I would want him to respond with that he does care about me and supports me, and that I actually am making him proud.
Do you feel that it's helped you any at all to express your feelings, or do you feel like it was?
I mean, it felt better to get it off my chest. So I've been holding it in. I mean, I guess I shared a little last time, but just really feeling like I'm directly just pouring it out on someone. I think it really helps being able to talk about it.
That's good. Does anybody else have any comments or feelings about what Annalisa shared, or?
I feel bad for calling her out now.
Okay.
I feel like it was really enlightening. I don't know. When she first came here, she didn't really she didn't feel part of the group. That she didn't feel like she needed to be here. But now I feel like I understand why she's here and feels more trusting.
Does anybody else wish to add anything? And I'm glad she could share her story. Would anybody else like to do a role play? Any person that you're really feeling vendetta towards, that you really need to talk about your feelings, or Stacey, anybody in your family that you really wish you could just stand up and talk to, or anybody?
Well, I do kind of wish I could tell my mom that some things that she does affects me, and I don't feel like she understands. I don't feel like she understands that sometimes when I do express my feelings towards her, she doesn't take it seriously. So she'll just kind of blow it off and not try to talk to me about it, or just be like, okay, well, that's all in your head. I'm like, no, it's a legit thing, but she just don't understand. So I probably want to talk to her. But
Is there anyone in this group that you feel like could take on that role and that you feel comfortable talking to as your mother figure?
I don't know. I guess I can talk to you.
Okay.
I would just say that I would be very appreciative if she could take me more serious and let me feel more free to express how I feel, and for her to listen and open up and to not tell me I am a baby, or that I'm just taking things the wrong way or whatever. She just always has negative comments, and I would just appreciate if you would be, more positive and have a more open mind and We talk and vent.
Okay. And how do you think your mother would respond to that?
She would say, okay, well, I do help you all the time. That's what I'm here for. That's what I've been doing this whole time, but you don't think that I'm listening. You just got it all in your head that I'm just not listening to you. I'm like, no, you think you are, but no.
How did it make you feel to tell your mother the things that you wish you could say?
That feels more freeing, I guess.
Even though you don't expect a response that you would like,
Yeah.
you still feel just being able to express that to her would really help you.
Mhm.
Does anybody else want to give it a try? Is there any other feelings or anything that we haven't addressed so far that anybody needs to talk about?
I just want to say that I don't like being pitied, and I think a lot of the time because I'm in a wheelchair and I have a disability, people think that they have to pity me and that I can't do a lot of the things that they can do, and so that really bothers me.
Is there something that you could say to them that would help you to not feel as pitied, or
Well, I always tell them that I don't want their pity, that I feel like I'm a normal person, I have a heart, and I have a voice, and, I think a lot of people look at somebody in a wheelchair and they automatically think that they're, like, mentally challenged, and that's not how it is with me, so I kind of just, I'm really opinionated, and I do tell them how I feel, so.
anyone else? Okay. How have you guys felt throughout this meeting as people have talked about to different people or about different people that they wish they could say things to? How does it make everybody feel?
Well, it's made me feel better. I mean, being able to listen to Stacy's story and seeing how we relate kind of with their parents and them not listening or really helping us like they should. I think that was really helpful for me to see that I wasn't the only one having those issues.
Right. You saw the connection between the two of you.
I feel the same towards her.
Shay, do you have any thoughts about what's going on today? Or
I feel like it's just good to hear everyone just kind of open up and I guess just have more of an understanding where they came from. I guess how they lived in the past and knowing that you're getting through it and that's good. So.
you said in the beginning that you were nervous coming in. Were you nervous throughout the session or just in the beginning?
Just kind of in the beginning, I just never know how or what's going to happen and what's going to, I guess, be said throughout people. So I'm always just anxious, I guess is the better word. Just never really, anything can go in different ways. So.
Lindsay?
I felt irritated when I came in. I guess you guys could kind of tell, but I don't feel irritated anymore. So
That's good.
I feel like we accomplished a lot in the meeting, and I enjoyed hearing everybody's perspective, and everybody has a life story, and I like to hear how they're getting through that, just like Shay said, and we go on and we live life, and we don't let people get us down, or we try not to.
And I think that's something that this group has really accomplished going throughout this process, and you guys have done a really good job. The next session is our last session together as a group. So your homework for this session is to go home and write a letter or write out or speak out a recording, whatever it is, to somebody that you wish you had said something to. And Elise, you did it with your dad. So if you go home and write a letter to me or write out a voice recording, kind of like we did in the group, and just talk to that person. Somebody that made you feel less than what you are. Somebody that looked down on you, that you wish you could say, hey, I'm important, I am special, and I don't feel this way anymore, and you're not going to break me down. So just things like that, and then have those ready for next time. And we won't send them. You don't have to share them if you don't want to. It's just something for you guys to do. Does that sound okay?
Yes.
Okay. It was nice seeing you guys.